Hi, I'm the wizard Fletch, and your good pal Barnabus. Last week, we finished mopping the deck with those fish people with lightning rods. The captain of the Windsail guard approached us and thanked us for defeating those dastardly foes. He then suggested we check in with the Duke about the recent attacks. A wonderful story hook that we have postponed. Maybe we'll check in with them today? Well, then we went back to that famous greasy spoon, the Loosened Buckle, where we ordered a plate of goblin fries that apparently have goblin nail clippings in them. Gross. We were approached by an elderly woman who asked us to help her gather a magical rock for her cookie recipe. Now, she suggested we steal a spirit stone from the Windsail library, and that sounds pretty shady. But on the other hand, cookies. At the library, we each learned the importance of reading contracts and were asked explicitly by the DM if we signed them. It may also be important to note that the library has a copy of each of our DNA. I am sure that won't be important later. No, it's fine. The last thing I remember is we were outside the door to the third floor of the library when we were halted by a goblin worker. And I think that catches us up to the show!
Back, everyone, to the Jester's Court. I am your Dungeon Master, Casey Reardon. Joining me today, we have, as always, Rachel Kordell.
Artemis, Alwyn, Kroft. See, I remembered it this time.
It's always nice when you can remember your own name.
Sometimes you just forget.
We have Andrew Frost.
Hello, I play Leo. How you doing?
We have Seth Coveyou.
And I play Barnabus Fletch, and this is Barnabus's voice, which I should have used after the introduction. Sorry. This is my voice, I'm Seth.
We have Sky Swanson.
Bratha, the Lizard King Hesk.
I didn't realize he was royalty.
The Lizard King.
The Lizard King. I look forward to you interacting with other lizard folks. And as always, the name I will never get right, Jonas Tintenseher.
Snøfrid of Åsbrush, the centaur. I'm gonna take that one again.
Oh, so you get to take it again, but I never get to take it again.
I never get to take
You keep going.
Again.
We're leaving this in.
I had a line, but then Sky's Lizard King thing threw me off my groove.
No, this is great, because I like the fact
King.
that every time Casey says your last name, it's like Dick Van Dyke falling down the stairs.
Yeah.
That's what I strive for in an audio medium.
At first, I thought you had it. At first, I thought we finally saw the day, and then it just went just kind of tumbled down a case.
That really got me.
Snøfrid of Åsbrush, the centaur steam chugger.
Oh,
That's
That's
nice.
Steam chugger. I love it.
Glug glug.
Cracking open a hot can of steam. So, we are currently at the library here in the lovely city of Windsail. And you have all signed your documents. You're ready to go up, trying to get to the fourth floor, which, if you recall, is the floor of interesting natural resources. There is a little goblin standing in front of a set of double doors, and he just asked you for your pass cards.
Oh, here you are, my good man.
Yeah, hi. How's it going?
Oh my god. I love him.
Can I have your pass card?
Please just back off just a little bit. Personal space and all that.
Pass card. Give it.
Here you go. Here it is.
All right, you hand him your pass card. He promptly puts it in his mouth and slowly pulls it out like an ATM reader, coating it in a translucent mucus, and then hands it back to you.
That sounds
I don't.
about right.
Wait. No. Do you have like a microfiber cloth you could just wipe that on?
He pulls out a silk hanky.
Oh, wow! What a
Oh, that's so nice.
what
Wonderful.
service.
Wonderful.
The hanky is now stuck to the pass card.
Well, I'm just gonna wrap this up and put it away. I'm probably gonna forget about it.
Can I have everyone else's pass cards?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
He proceeds to do the same to everyone else's pass cards, just plopping it in his mouth and slowly pulling it out, coating it in that translucent mucus, and handing it back to you.
Can they do like 2 at a time if they like reverse stack them?
Sure, yeah. If you stack him, he does them multiple at a time.
Definitely.
You can see his tongue moving around to make sure he coats every piece of each pass card.
He's more
that's
advanced
great.
than the square reader. Like, dang.
There you go.
When Artemis takes the card, she feels the mucus. What does it feel like?
So it's really sticky, almost, but like to the point where it feels like not. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it now.
Hesk tries to stick his to Leo's back by like giving him a pat on the back, like he's being friendly.
See, it's fun you say that because I was going to say the exact same
Oh,
thing.
awesome. We do it
They
to
both
each
do it
other,
at the
and
same
Hesk
time.
You
does
both
not
go to
notice.
pat each other
Definitely.
on the back, and as you like lift your hands off, it's stuck to your hand, not the other person's back.
Ow!
Leo's just going to do that like that double finger point thing that has like, I see what you did there. I see what you're going for. Very
Change
funny,
will
very
find
funny.
you, friend.
I am very frightened by that. I already died yesterday. Well, no, that was earlier today. Never mind. Oh, God, I
You came
died today. Can we
close.
talk about
You
that?
definitely came close.
Terrifying.
So Barnabus, you've been to the upper floors before, so you know that you have to take the pass card and place it up against the wall by these double doors.
Okay, so there's like an NFT reader too. Okay, cool.
Hesk makes sure to push the button that just says "I'm not a robot."
Man, I was picturing him trying to like put together one of those like point out the car puzzles.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Where is that fire hydrant? I just can't find it.
I can't find it
There's
anywhere.
1/38 of a fire hydrant in this one. Does that count?
You know, Rachel, you called it a puzzle, which makes me think you're a robot.
Look, I'm not saying that I don't struggle with those verification. Anyway, so we put our card on the thing.
Yes, I
Uh-huh.
will take my silk covered card and press it up to the thing. I like trying
So
as
the
much
two
as I can.
the two doors open up with a revealing a small room. You all step inside, and the doors start to close on you. A voice greets you and says, "Please, what floor would you like to go
Oh
to?"
my god!
Por favor, manténganse aliado de las puertas.
Is there a map? Because I already forgot. Like this saliva goblin already like ruined my thought process for today.
I will remind you of what the floors are. So the first floor, which is what you're currently on, is like a normal library. Second level is city records. The third level is historical records. And the fourth one that you are trying to get to is rare and interesting natural resources.
Okay, level 4.
Alright, before you guys separate, do you want me to check floor 1 for any like cookbooks or anything? See if I can find any kind of like nods to it in a normal recipe?
I think we can stick together on this. I think that's fine.
Yeah, fair
Is
enough.
there a button for Barnabus to press, or you just say it?
No, you just state fourth floor.
Oh, 4th floor, please.
The voice responds, "Access denied."
Oh,
Harumph. Let me see. Quattro. Who's got the
I
Spanish
don't
vibe
speak
for
gnome.
floor?
What now?
I like how Spanish is gnome now. Thank you, Sky.
Suelo.
Expanding that world building.
Hope so.
4th floor, please and thank you.
Access denied.
All right, I think we're gonna pull a heist in this
This
episode.
thing does not work.
Number 1, getting out of the magic elevator.
Can you take us to the floor that has the schematics of this building? City records, please.
Access granted.
Oh, rad.
And the room starts shaking a little bit as it starts heading upwards towards city records. The doors slide open again with another and as they do, you can see some commoners sort of walking around. There are a couple of city officials. You can tell by their red-colored uniforms, as well as some of them have like badges of office. You can see a librarian making their way around, reshelving some of the records, as well as you can see a caravan leader discussing his last shipment with a librarian in order to maintain records properly here.
Okay.
Fun.
And there doesn't appear to be any, like, there's no, like, sometimes buildings have, like, different flights of stairs or elevators, and each one only connects, like, 2 specific rooms, and there's no other way up from here.
It does not seem like there is a separate stairwell to get up from here, no.
We'll go through the ventilation shaft.
Now, is there like a the way this library is set up? Is there like any kind of like central landing? Like, can you see like the floor above, but you just can't access it, or?
No. So the way the library is set up is level 1 is like the base of the library. Like that's where the majority of the library is. Everything else is within the tower. And the tower itself is individual levels that can only be accessed through the elevator.
Just picture a modern day fire marshal's nightmare.
Yep.
Gotcha.
There's no exit, only an elevator.
Only elevator, no exit.
Can I take a look at everyone's cards, perchance?
Ooh.
I show my card.
Hesk openly tries to hand you his card, but it's still stuck to his hand.
Ah, right, it's in a good spot. I can see it at least. Is there any kind of difference among them, or?
So the only one that looks different are Barnabus's. That's the only one that looks different because his is intrinsically linked with the wizard Ecor's. So his looks like it. Actually, I think also Hesk's would be similar to Barnabus's because he signed the paperwork. Everybody else was just linked to Barnabus's. So your cards are, they only last for the day, unlike Barnabus's, which has 2 different dates stamped on it, the start date and the end date. Yours is just one date, which is the day that you signed for.
Gotcha.
So wait, and my card allows me to go to floor 4, right? Because I think we covered that last week.
Not exactly.
Oh.
Wizards can be permitted to the 4th floor. However, they need to have permissions from the government stating what their research is going to be, why they want to go there, if they are on official government business for zoning or anything like that. But they have to get permissions to do so.
Okay.
Based off of your interaction with the elevator, it doesn't look like the wizard Ecor had gone through that channel.
Okay. All right. I know we just got here, but I'm proposing this. Let's not do this now, and let's go to the Duke, and play. We'll do the bureaucracy bit.
All right.
Oh, but we're already here.
Yeah, we've gotten this far.
I feel like we could just... You're small. We could fit in a vent, and then go and unlock the door for us.
Yes, I think this is a wonderful plan for people that are equipped to be in the Ocean's 14 movie. Let's just say, let's go back to that Captain the God. Maybe he could get an audience with the Duke for us, because we're just so cool. I mean, we defeated those monsters with like a casualty, maybe 5 or 6, but there were NPCs. Who counts?
Leo's just gonna lean over to Hesk real quick and be like, "You have any idea what the hell he's talking about?"
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Okay, good to know.
No,
It's not
don't
just
worry.
me. All right, good.
The key moments were talk to Duke and Captain of the Guard to get to Duke.
Hesk leans back over to Lou.
How did he hear us? We were so stealthy.
I think this kid has more to him than meets the eye. We'll see. We'll have to see. You know,
He
what
has
he's up
super hearing.
to. Possibly.
Fine, we'll do it your way.
What's that?
Oh wow!
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Ah, the goblin.
I kick him.
Sorry, you scared me.
All right. Are we good? Are we good? Did that answer your thing, Rachel? Are we?
What?
Yeah, we're good. We're gonna go.
I was gonna ask a question, but we just kept going, so I was like,
so
you know what,
sorry.
that question? Not important. Moving on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
Don't worry about it.
Next time, I'm gonna shut up when you have a question.
Oh. Okay.
And you just say, Seth. You say, Seth, shut up.
Seth, shut up.
Barnabas, take a seat.
Take
I'll
several
think about
seats,
it.
boy.
More.
Okay.
Leo, hand him a seat.
Hey, okay, let me go check my bag.
I mean, these. So
I got a
these.
futon
I
that works.
forgot about the bag.
Andrew, shut up. So it works with everyone.
Touche.
So these cards they don't expire, right? Not for the rest of the day, at least.
That's right. Yes.
Okay, so then you know what? Yeah, maybe we should go speak to the Duke.
Yes. All right. Bat
Let's go.
signal.
You all start heading your way towards the palace of Duke Hammersmith. And along the way, you notice that there is definitely an increase of guard activity overall. Some of them are wearing the colors of the Duke with deep reds and slate gray armor, but most of them are wearing different insignias and colors as you progress. And as you keep moving forward, the colors are changing from like greens to blues to yellows, almost as if the different colors of uniforms are designated for guarding different areas. You also notice that around the palace where the Duke is, there are several immense manors lavishly decorated with beautiful flowers and shrubbery and incredibly ornate statues of monsters or mighty warriors. But eventually, you make your way to the Duke's palace, and it seems kind of plain by comparison to all of these other manors that you've passed by. A modest gate lies open with 4 guards standing at attention in red and the slate gray armor, and they're just sort of standing there waiting to see who comes to see the Duke.
Hesk looks to Artemis, and he's just like, "You're up."
Oh, okay. I approach and I kind of like look to my friends for support. And I look back
Everybody
to
gives
the
a
guard
thumbs
in
up.
front.
Yeah, Leo gives a double thumbs up. Yeah.
We're all like hiding behind a couple of crates. We're just like,
Aw.
yeah.
She called us friends.
We'd like to speak to the Duke. I guess.
The 4 of them kind of look towards each other and then look back at you, and one of them pipes up and says, "And what is your business with the Duke?"
You know, that's a fantastic question.
Hesk
We
is mimicking
would-
gills in the background.
Well, and she kind of like looks at it, like points like yes, and then like we'd like to speak about the fish people.
What about them?
Well, we were at the docks earlier, and we helped fight them, and
That was you.
yes.
They kind of look towards each other, and 2 of them sort of in hushed whispers behind start chatting, and then go over to the one who's been addressing you, whisper in his ear, and he says, "Alright, he'll be right back." And one of the guards rushes off into the palace. "So that was you then who defeated them,
We, yes. Me and
We. He
And-
looks around for everybody else.
and
Same
I'm
double
like
thumbs up.
pointing like them with the
like
thumbs.
30 feet back, all
Them with
giving
the
thumbs up.
thumbs.
The 3 of them are the thumbs, and Snøfrid did not get the memo because she doesn't understand this social system. So There's the three of them poking out from behind, and then just like a 6-foot centaur who's like trying to look kind of demure. Like...
And the one without the thumbs.
I do have thumbs.
There they are.
I'm just not displaying them.
After a little while, the other guard comes back and says something to the one who you've been talking to, and he says, "Right, well, it seems that the Duke would like to personally thank you for your service. Please, follow us. All of you."
We all give thumbs
He
ups.
like kind of waves everybody else forward.
Oh, we're supposed to follow. Okay.
Let's go. Keep thumbs upping now.
All right.
Just giving thumbs ups to
you
all
start
the guards
walking
as
through
we're
the
walking
mansion.
away.
Thumbs and smiles. Thumbs and smiles.
Huge smiles.
Artemis joins in that train, like just like not really sure, but like you know what, everyone, it's working.
Yep.
So keep going.
Snøfrid will also join it.
You see the other guard who's walking with you starts to put his thumbs up, and the one who you've been talking to just puts it
Aw.
He's
We
our
don't feel
We
favorite
attack
now.
that other guard.
Murder hobo.
I mean, it's deserved.
Is it time for a change in leadership, Sky?
You're egging him on. Stop
no, I'm
egging
just
him on.
tempted.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Oh my god.
Heavy are the hands that raise the thumbs.
I feel like that should be the episode title.
Heavy are the hands that
There we
raise
go.
the thumbs.
We got
I
it.
That
love
wrote itself.
So the two of the guards start leading you throughout the mansion, and as you enter in, although it seemed smaller than most of the other mansions that you passed by to get here, the interior decorations are immaculate. Everything seems to be embellished with some sort of precious metal, from the detailed portraits and the frames inlaid with platinum and silver, to even the decorative suits of armor. Eventually, you start heading down a hallway and can hear a beautiful string quartet playing and the sounds of laughter coming from the double doors ahead of you. The guards open the door to a massive feast. Several nobility are idly chatting over a succulent meal of roasted boar and several basted birds. At the head of the table is an elderly dwarf with a graying beard and pampered face with different makeups and powder. And he's sipping some sort of drink from a gem-encrusted goblet, chatting idly with a rather mousy-looking elf woman with long dark hair and sharp facial features. As you enter, he stops his conversation and shouts across the room. "Ah! Well, if it isn't the heroes of the docks. Please, come dine at my table."
Yeah, I'll take it. And Leo's just gonna stroll
Yeah,
on
Hesk
up.
sees the food. He's,
and start
he's
helping
ready
himself to a
dine.
plate.
He doesn't like this established place, but you know he's ready to eat.
I mean, I.
Oh yeah,
I'm
no.
good, but it would seem rude to refuse.
That yeah, Artemis is kind of in the same boat, just kind of like looking around, like mildly like uncomfortable, but like okay, sure, this is what's happening now.
I like how we all just had like lunch in
Yeah,
the universe
exactly.
like what, 2 hours ago, something like that.
Leo ate a lot, too, if I
yeah.
remember
Oh, yeah.
correctly.
Well, no, he
Uh,
said he wasn't feeling very peckish, so he only
Yeah.
got a burger, an ale, and an order of fries.
Right.
So.
Artemis didn't have too much. I think she was eating everyone's fries.
As you walk up to the table, the Duke sort of ushers his attendants away from the seats around him and motions for you to take their places.
I sit right next to them. In that first chair,
I-
right next to them.
Take a seat.
I stand awkwardly behind a seat.
Accessibility. It's an issue. I guess I sit next to Hesk.
Sure. You all take a seat around the table, and sipping from his goblet, he says, "So, what brings you intrepid heroes to my table? Tell me of the tale of how you defeated these sea monsters."
I don't think Hesk will say anything, but he is piling food onto Barnabas's plate.
Hesk, could you slow down? I don't think I can eat any
You
of
need to
this.
grow bigger and stronger.
But my
you're
noodles,
growing
I
both.
already ate my noodles.
And then he like bangs a fist. And he's like,
Satyr, tell them the tale of our fight. You seem good with your words.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Alright, so basically what happened is, we're all minding our own business on the docks, trying to do our job for the day, and all of a sudden we hear this rumbling. Except only some of us heard that rumbling, and none of us were, doing our own thing. Anyways, and Leo just kind of goes on and belching plenty of things down the line.
He's nodding. He seems genuinely interested.
Conveniently leaves out the throne stool.
Yeah,
and
definitely
angering the
leaves that out.
mob.
and the mob just exploded
Yeah, so anyways,
for
we,
no reason whatsoever.
So wild.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, so then, we get the last fish. I died. It's a whole thing.
Well, you seem quite well for someone who's died.
I know, right? I gotta thank these two. And he's gonna point over to Hesk and Artemis.
2 thumbs up.
Because I was very much dead, I think.
She like waves nervously.
And he's just gonna pull over his toga and just look at like the slit down his chest. Yeah, that looks pretty accurate. He's just gonna put it back.
You can see some of the other guests at this feast are kind of looking at you as you lift up your shirt.
Oh yeah. It's worth mentioning, he definitely did not wash it once he got to
It's just coated in
the
blood.
open buckle, so just dried blood everywhere. That was my day. Anyways, y'all seem to be in pretty good spirits for a lot of people who lost their constituents to giant fish monsters.
Well, from your tale, not many people died. That's why I'm throwing a feast.
Oh, fair. When did the normal folk get to come in for a bite?
He just kind of looks at you, looks to the side, then looks back at you. Normal folk?
Yeah, your constituents, the guys who voted for you.
That's not really how this works, no.
Ah.
There is a right of birth here?
Ah. Ah, gotcha.
You do not decide your leaders through combat.
No, although I suppose we do. It depends, although with the Queen's recent proclamation of decommissioning most of our weaponry, well, that makes war a little more complicated.
And what happens when you become unfit to rule?
Unfit to rule. I don't know if I understand what you're saying.
Slams him when you are weak and brittle and unable to.
If yeah, we can just
No, that was perfect. That was
we can it's just different lands are like different. So we actually came to speak a little bit more about what exactly is happening. And
Great chutney, by the way. We'll put that out there.
great. Oh, great.
Certainly. Perhaps we should retire to one of the more private chambers here. And he stands up and starts heading off to a side room.
This man is going to murder us. I follow.
Then I will die to the full stomach.
And Hesk is like bringing.
Oh, I will die as I live with both my thumbs in the air.
Hesk is holding a plate, but he still has one thumbs out, like holding the plate, and the other one up as well. He's giving all the royals thumbs ups around the room.
I thought at this point you would have tried to shove as much food into Barnabas's backpack for later.
Hesk keeps trying to. He definitely is trying to like put food in your backpack.
He takes the gravy boat.
Oh no! My books!
We heard muffled yelling from the back for some reason.
Oh no!
We don't know why.
Oh no! My books!
So we move.
You go off to the side room. It's very sparse compared to what you've seen of the palace so far. Only a few portraits line the walls, and they're very simple furniture. A few couches that just seem more utilitarian than anything else. And a fireplace sits there as well. And as he enters and the door closes behind you all, his demeanor changes in general. And he just looks at you all and says, "So then, what exactly would you like to talk about?"
Well, for one, What? But I guess what is happening? Why are we being attacked here?
That is a question that I would very much like the answer to as well.
Fair. Okay, well, I guess when have the attacks started, and I mean, has there been a change around here since they happened?
Well, as you can see, I've started closing the means of coming in and out of the city to protect the merchants who so desperately want to get out there and get themselves killed.
Well, sure. But I mean, I'm trying to see if if there's any reason why, or I don't know, what may have evoked these attacks.
As I stated previously, I would very much like to know that as well.
Yes.
We were told that the public does not actually know how long these attacks have been going on for, and the merchants at the docks seemed very upset that they did not know why they were being prevented from leaving. Is there a reason that this is being kept a secret?
To prevent panic as much as possible. We don't know why these things keep attacking, and we don't know... This is the first time that they've been so bold as to attack us on our docks and within our walls. Usually it's just en route here.
I guess, do you have a former relationship with them?
No, I can't say that we have. Although I don't know if they're any particular organization in general. They're not just the fish people attacking, there's also kobolds on the roads and goblins as well.
That was going to answer my next question, because I was very curious why fish people were coming all the way inland to attack caravans. It makes sense. Right, it's not them, obviously. Duh. Okay, please continue.
Mr. DM, sir, during all this, Leo's just gonna be kind of watching this guy's body language and see if he is kind of trying to hide some stuff.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
I would love to. Oh, wow, my insight's not great.
Oh no.
That's gonna be a 6.
Oh no.
6? You can't really get a read on him in general, either way. He's keeping his body language very, very idle.
Fair.
As someone interacting with him, can I do an insight check?
Sure.
22?
I mean, he doesn't seem to be hiding anything. He does seem to be glancing at Snøfrid a decent amount.
Ooh, way to out yourself.
I don't think Snøfrid has the wisdom or social grace to use that as leverage. So just as soon as there's a lull in the conversation, Snøfrid will say, we do have a few favors to ask of you, Duke Hammersmith.
Yes, well, I am inclined to grant at least one favor for the work that you've done.
Well, that's good, because the other favors would allow us to do more work in that vein. So we, the 5 of us all, are new acquaintances, but interested in leaving Windsail, and we would be willing to investigate this problem. If we had permission to leave the walls and examine things for ourselves, that would be helpful. We also kind of like turns to Barnabus, like not sure of all the details, but like we need some approval to visit the upper floors of the library. Is that
yes,
correct?
as a wizard, I do have access to many floors of the library, but I need special privileges to visit the 4th floor.
For natural resources. And lastly, I suppose, is not a favor for the group of us. It is just something I must request personally. Adjusts the watchful eye pin. I ask that one of the devices retrieved from the attackers today is remanded into my custody for transportation. That's the word. Sorry, not used to this language. Transportation back to Spear, and the rest may be dismantled, as I believe you intended.
I have been doing everything that the Queen has been requiring of us. Decommissioning all of our technology as requested. I do not understand why the Watchful Eye is looking to pry its way into Windsail even more than it already has.
If these creatures, which I don't want to speak too negatively of them, but did not seem... They were violent and aggressive, and if they have found some cache of old or dangerous equipment, then the Watchful Eye should be alerted so that further attacks of this nature can be adequately prepared for. Perhaps a defense could be built against their devices.
I think Hesk will chime in now, and he's just... He
Please.
looks at you a little perplexed. He says,
A defense? We do not need a defense. They are weak, pitiful little creatures. I've seen your guards. I've seen how many things you have that are shiny in this city. Simply go out and end this uprising, or whatever you call it.
I would love to do that, believe you me. However, there's an issue of knowing where they're coming from. Especially the ones who have been attacking the port, as we don't have the means to traverse underwater.
Hess turns to Snøfrid and Barnabus, and he's just like,
Couldn't you two figure that out?
Yes, in fact, we have a distinct plan in order to locate the perpetrators of these heinous crimes.
Well, in reference to the request that you make, I am more than willing to allow you to exit the city, if it means that you will be trying to find a way to end these creatures' reign of terror on my city, then by all means. I just require some proof of their extermination or dealing with before I can open up the ports and or the trade routes out of here. In regards to the library, what is your purpose of getting to the floor of interesting natural resources? Are you researching something in particular?
It's a very, very distinct hunch.
A distinct hunch on what's going on with these creatures attacking us?
Well, yes, of course, Your Highness.
Very well. I will allow you permission to the 4th floor as well. He pulls off a signet ring and hands it to you. Just show this to the librarian at the front desk, and she will be able to upgrade your pass cards.
Ah.
As for the weapons, I will be willing to part with one of them for you if you can deal with these monstrosities, as well as if you can promise me that the Watchful Eye will not be meddling in the affairs of Windsail.
I can promise you that not only will, if you deliver this to me, will it help us in accomplishing that goal, but that the Watchful Eye, as far as I am aware, has no political interest in Windsail.
He kind of takes that into consideration, and he seems a little bit calmed by that. He says, very well. I will be willing to part with at least one of these. I will hold on to for the moment, and I would appreciate it if word did not get out that these creatures were in possession of them. There are several interested parties who always are looking for new and interesting means of destruction here in Windsail, as well as all across the continent. And I would prefer it if people didn't know that there was a new source somewhere.
Of course.
Hesk will so as a player right now, my understanding of this is he wants us to go at least locate where the what are they called again? The fish people.
Salugan?
Yes, Salugan, where they're coming from. And then our reward is going to be one of those weapons.
No.
No,
he's
going to give us
asking
the
you
weapon
to
ahead of
deal
time.
with them.
Oh, he's giving us the weapon ahead of time. Okay, then.
And then
Also no.
if we what? He just said he'll
He said he would give it to you if you deal with them.
Well, but I said that it would help us deal with them if he gave it
You
to us.
did say that. He did not.
He's
That
not
is
applied
not
to
how
it.
he responded.
Okay, well that was unclear to me also. Okay, never mind. That's not our reward. That's just collateral. Our reward is that we get to leave the city, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Because we have
reward
to
you got
investigate.
for defeating them on the docks was access to the 4th floor, and you can leave the city.
Or yeah, no, I mean for if we go and deal with them permanently, we can leave
But
the
that's
city.
a reward that everyone will get in the whole city.
So
Hesk-
basically, the reward is you can help us more for helping us.
Well, the alternative is to sit in the loosened buckle and eat goblin fries. So
Look, I'm not
see
complaining.
no
I'm
issue.
just saying.
The way that he sees it is the reward for defeating the goblins on the creatures on the dock was you gaining access to the 4th floor. That's your reward, and you can leave the city. You don't have to deal with them. You could just leave the city and never come back.
Oh,
and
we
he would
already
be
could-
fine with
okay.
that.
I think.
Well, that is what he's granting you. He's granting you leave of the city. If you don't come back, the docks nothing will open up again.
right.
Gotcha.
But the reward for dealing with the things is to get the weapon.
So technically we could charter
Oh.
a ship to leave, or we have to leave by foot to somewhere else then.
You'd have to
Okay,
leave by
yeah,
foot.
I don't think we can't risk a ship for our
Yeah,
bullshit.
Yeah.
Unless you bought your own ship. Yeah, but you wouldn't have enough. You might not have enough hands to run it.
So Hesk was a mercenary for years. He knows that a job of this caliber should be paid more than just a weapon to one of us.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Is like I also wanted to make it clear that like that was a me request, not a group request. So I do feel a little.
Yeah, Hesk kind of like, I imagine that he's like leaning against like one of the couches, and he just says,
That's hardly a reward for that caliber of work. Surely a man of your stature could offer a greater incentive to us. Simply access to a library to accomplish the task you set out on for us is not reward enough.
The access to the library is for the work you've already done. The weapon is for what I'm asking you, and if everything goes according to the Queen's plan, well then, it may be a one-of-a-kind thing here on the continent.
I understand that. The rarity of a weapon is certainly something of importance.
and he raises a hand along his sword on his back and whatnot. Not in a threatening way, just like in an understanding way. And he says,
But that is a reward for one of us, not all of us.
Well, what do you want then?
Hess ponders for a moment, and he just simply goes,
Gold is always nice.
Very well. I suppose I could see what funds are available, but you misunderstand. I may be the Duke of Windsail, but I am not necessarily the one with all the power here.
he nods.
I'm sure you could figure something out.
I am just a little bit uncomfortable with the transactionality. I requested that device as part of my assignment from the Watchful Eye, and I'm happy to help the city, but that's sort of like a side. That was just for me. Snøfrid's like super like trotting a little bit. Like Hesk got kind of scary there to her. It was like,
Wait.
Oh, I can totally see it.
Hess gets a little bit more scary, and he speaks completely out of turn, and I'd love for you to interject or just later on be like, that was out of line, but Hess just goes,
Yes, we wouldn't want the Watchful Eye getting involved, would we?
You're saying that to the Duke?
yeah,
Or
he says that to the
Snøfrid?
Duke.
oh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hess doesn't have a high intelligence. He has a pretty damn good wisdom, though.
Sure.
So I think he picked that, and charisma. He picked up on that.
Make an intimidation.
Yes, intimidation, my boy. I cast guidance on myself. No.
It's too late for that. You already said what you
he
said.
quietly just goes,
1 second, let me mutter a prayer.
Wait, while he's rolling though, I have a question. So, again, the Watchful Eye, is that something that like Artemis would know about as someone from?
They don't really have a presence in
In
Ederland.
Yeah.
They
So
might- you
I'm
might know
just
the
kind of
name.
like,
We know it, but not what it is.
Yeah.
do I know what the name is?
You
Like,
might have
have I?
heard of them,
Okay.
but you wouldn't have ever met anyone of them.
Kind of like hearing some old obscure band name and being like,
Being like, I think I've heard that before, but I have no idea who it is.
Foo Fighters? Who are they?
Don't
Oh,
even.
not the Foo
Come on.
Fighters.
I was gonna say like
No.
Sparks or something.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh.
God, I'm scared.
Foo Fighters is obscure.
I knew that would get
Get out of
everybody.
here.
I love it.
That stung me a bit.
I don't think
We're
I'll-
trying to gain viewers.
Oh,
And
sure.
I
Let
pushed
me
We
them
just lost half our
away.
audience.
let me name an obscure band. Oh, have you heard tale of Blink 182? They're the golden oldies.
There's this new one I really like called the Jonas Brothers. They just formed a couple years ago.
You take that back.
really underground indie scene with the Jonas Brothers. I don't
During-
think
I'm
Hesk
sorry.
will ever succeed in an intimidation roll. That's an 11.
You can use strength too, I believe.
Well,
That's
I
a DM.
His
don't
charisma's
think
higher,
that was
I think.
strength. What I was
Oh,
just
you're a
doing.
paladin, duh. My bad, never
Hesk
mind.
picks up a table and breaks it in half. Brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if you use a different stat for a skill, you're gonna have to do something different. You can't just
Yeah.
use words
true,
to
you were
use
I mean,
strength.
could
Might
it
be.
count that Snøfrid was giving the help action by mentioning the watchful
I don't think
eye?
Snøfrid was aware of what you were gonna be doing.
Unintentional help.
Could I maybe? I agree. Could I maybe
Uh.
roll a check to kind of figure it? Because Snowford does want this to.
Okay,
Snøfrid like jingles the amulet as he
Snøfrid
says
can
that.
roll an insight to see if she understands what Hesk's plan is here.
Okay. Oh no!
Something tells me that's a natural one.
Oh no.
Good luck.
Oh man, that was such a cool moment. I got an 11. Hesk went to lean up against the couch, like one arm forward, and he just missed it. and just stumbled.
Oh no.
Do not make idle threats with me. I can tell just by your badge that you are not of the highest rank within the order.
Oh no, this is bad.
Oh no.
And I do have some contacts within the order itself as well.
I didn't even make the threats. I'm a very nervous horse.
Exactly, which is why he can tell that you're not the highest ranking member.
I didn't even make a threat.
Oh jeez.
Oh no.
What are they gonna do now?
All right, if I may speak in the interests of this little group here, well, I think we can take your deal. It's not too bad. We could always talk about payment stuff after. Sound good to you guys? I mean, well, how does that look?
Yes.
Snowford is shut down.
This works nicely,
All
I
right.
guess.
Yeah, there we go.
Very well.
See, all good. So we'll take care of the fish dudes. What you said? Kobolds and goblins are bothering you too?
Yes, they tend to be the ones on the road.
All right, fair.
Kobolds and goblins and fish dudes. Oh my.
All right, before we head out, you know any place we can get a not like rent be loaned a spirit stone, but get a spirit stone?
Well, they are relatively common outside of the walls of Windsail. However, there tend to be some dangers in the woods themselves.
In the woods.
All right, now if you were to put that danger on a scale, let's say like 1 to 30 or something like that.
Hesk elbows Leo at this point.
That is an odd scale.
I think it's time we all leave.
All right, sounds good. Thank you for the meal.
Hesk will bow slightly and he says something in Draconic and then starts to leave.
What does he say in Draconic?
I think I have it written out here. He says, Duruk on high. Which roughly, if people understand Draconic, it roughly translates to may you have the strength to adapt.
Okay, so it wasn't something mean. Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
that's
Yeah,
okay.
I thought it was
Okay.
going to be
Legitimate.
something mean.
I was scared.
I thought you were gonna say something very insulting about his mother.
It is a saying of his people that is both a nice thing to say, but also loosely a threat.
Why is I think that's gonna be a lot of things that your people say. I'm just getting that vibe.
Yeah.
It's like, do you want tuna mac for dinner or something
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah,
It's-
friendly,
there's a lot
but
of
also a
hostility.
threat.
Exactly. That's literally, yeah, that's kind of what it's like.
I could tell by the friendly gesture you made to your weapon. That was good.
He wasn't trying to be intimidating at that moment, but Yeah. Yeah. It came across as threatening. Anywho, we should leave.
Anyway.
Hesk gives 2 thumbs up and backs out the door.
All right, you all back into the feast hall.
Snøfrid is still kind of like a little shaken and it won't like immediately start moving until someone like maybe puts a hand on her flank and she like kind of jumps and trots out.
Yeah, I'll hold your hand and kind of pull you out of the room. The shell shocked Snøfrid.
Yeah.
And when we get out, like I kind of want to like kind of huddle the group, like what was that? I lied. I was flying by the seat of my pants and gave me this ring. I don't even know if it's like a Dropbox. Why are you threatening him? What's going on?
I wanted to get paid for my services.
Oh my gosh, we are in so deep. Oh no.
Do you see
Like we're muttering as he's walking out, and he's like,
Do you not see the opulency of this place?
I do.
A mere weapon is nothing to him.
I do, friend. I want you to get your gold, but oh my gosh, I told him I had a plan. I don't have a plan.
You do. I'm sure you have a plan.
I don't though.
Well,
yeah, just like I don't.
You have
Not
till we
yet.
get back to the library to think of one.
Okay.
Now,
Snøfrid, can you carry me? My legs aren't working.
I mean, if you really want, Snøfrid has probably calmed down being out of the room with the Duke and would happily offer you a ride.
I think he'll settle for like holding hands and for a little bit, just to calm the nerves.
The comfort.
Yeah,
Just keep comforting each other.
Yeah, as we go out, like that calms Snøfrid down to have like a sturdy thing, like, okay, we're out of that room, and she will like reciprocate, squeeze his hand.
That's lovely.
Question, Mr. DM, sir. Didn't they all have that zappy weapon?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
they did.
Guys, we can just get more of them. It's no big deal.
The Duke should not have them either. But perhaps.
Well, then what we'll do is we'll arm the masses. By the way, it's worth mentioning, I know how government works. I'm not that dumb. I just hate his guts.
It's worth mentioning.
that gets
I know how government works.
That gets a huge laugh out of Hesk.
That's
Yeah, I
a
just
certified
wanted him to
one.
squirm a bit. I'm kind of an asshole, but it is what it is. Am I wrong, though? I mean, people died today. And they're just kind of, canoodling and snacking and stuff.
It was very strange and very classic of all over this world.
Yeah, true.
So on your way out of the feast hall, you notice that a lot of the nobility that was here when you came in just start looking at you as you exit the room, and just sort of all eyes are on you as you go towards the exit. And right before you leave, the Duke comes out, like, back in his flamboyant self, chatting people up, trying to, like, resume the normalcy that was there before, trying to get people out of that weird funk that they are in because of you. And then the doors close behind you, and you can still faintly hear that string quartet playing through the door. And eventually you make your way out of the palace.
Nice.
Are you heading back to the library?
We could, but we don't gotta.
So given that the spirit stones are common, I would like to resuggest my original plan, which is go outside, investigate the attacks, and just on the way find some spirit stones and pick them up.
I think that sounds a little bit more reasonable, like, now, I guess.
But guys, I mean, players to players. We, and by me, had this plan. By we, I mean me, had this plan that I forced the group to do. We spent an entire episode going to the library. As part of this episode, fiddling around in the library. Don't we owe it to the audience to close out the library chapter? Like, come on. Oh, they listened to all of that. Can we at least go to the library and get the stupid stone?
No, because we're going to subvert their expectations. Inside.
It's more like a, but wait, this is better.
I'm there with you, Seth. We spent so much time in that library. I want to see it through.
I mean,
I don't.
I'm sure we'll still go there for other things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy
Oh.
to go there. I don't want to steal the library.
I'm gonna make this
That's-
promise now. If
yeah.
we ever go back to that library, Hesk is trying to steal that rock, whether or not we need it.
Oh my god, no.
I'm with it. Perfect.
You guys still don't know anything about the rock. Perhaps there's information on it there.
Really gets you thinking.
Okay.
Hey, I just had
Guys.
this crazy idea.
Guys, do you see
Hear me
that?
out.
Do you see that? It's a plot hook.
I mean, you could. I'm not trying to lead you in any direction. I'm just stating a fact that it is a library and they're there for research.
Yes,
turns
that's
to
completely fair.
Sorry. Hes turns to the commoner standing next to us and goes, "Please, this is a private matter."
Oh, sorry, man. My bad. I just love the library. You know, I heard they even have tiger lilies there. Isn't that
shut
fun? Okay.
Shut up.
Bye.
Okay.
Nice
Regardless, let's go back to the library because it's the middle of the afternoon. We want to go out and start a new adventure yet. Let's do the research, get a long rest, go out in the morning, and do some investigating.
Wait, okay, so the plan was go to the library right now?
Let's go and read up on spirit stones and cooking and whatever we like.
Yes.
And if you like, then some of the members of the party can stage a heist, while some of the other members of the party learn how to bake cookies. And we will then go to our rooms and get a long rest. And tomorrow we can
Go outside the city.
go outside and check out things there. And Snøfrid is saying all this. I didn't do any of that in my character voice. Snøfrid is saying all this. I should have. I was in planning mode. Snøfrid says all that kind of still a little shaky, but is trying to make an action plan to settle herself.
Oh, I like that's your I like that Jonas says your coping mechanism.
Yeah, she likes logic. She likes steps and procedures, and
Yeah.
and that's helps her.
That's really good.
It sounds like a great plan. My name's Gary Notes, by the way.
Oh god, Gary.
Thank you. Gary.
Should we go to the library now? I was heading there myself.
I was Artemis is gonna chime in and be like, maybe we could check out the stone, and if we don't need it, bring it back.
Sure, it'd be good to see what it looks like so we know what we're looking for.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
That's also fair. Also fair.
Hess gives double thumbs.
I think all of you are thinking exactly the way I want you to think. This is perfect.
All right, so you all head to the library.
I don't know if I like that. That was weird. That was weirdly sinister.
Barnabus is he's away from his mentor. He's on his own, and he's finding this manipulative, toxic side to him.
There's something there that. Ooh.
You're all gonna wake up in a bathtub after falling in. I've just incepted the idea into your head to rob a librry.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna steal our kidneys and a.
No.
Yeah,
A
that's what it
bathtub
sounded
full of
like to me.
ice.
That's what it sounded like me too. Yeah.
The Barnabas is playing the long con right now. First,
long
I
con?
had the fish people attack the harbor. Then I gained their trust.
Then I stole their kidneys.
Then we went to the library for 4 hours and did nothing.
Gary's actually played by Brad Pitt. He's my insider.
They think I'm a wizard.
Oh my god.
All right, so you all head back to the library, head up to the front desk, and just place the signet ring on the table. The librarian who's behind the desk is like, "Oh, I see. Right. What did the Duke have to say?"
He says we need to get to floor 4, right now. So
Yeah. big
step
business.
away.
Yes, of course. And she reaches into a drawer in the desk, asks you to place all your pass cards there, and stamps all of them.
Perfect.
Yay.
Record time. Let's go to that weird goblin.
Can I get your path code?
I hate
Oh,
this
no.
pot. Here you go.
We take all 5 and just slap him in its mouth.
It's like he's eating 4-patty burger. Just unhinges jaw, slides them in with 2
How
hands,
thick
and
are
then
they?
just slowly slides them out.
That's a thick card.
No, he's just got a really small mouth.
He's got a little tiny mouth.
You got a little baby mouth.
Okay.
All right, and you all have your mucusy covered pass cards. You go to the elevator, place it on the side of the door, enter in.
And then the
Fourth
elevator
floor,
said,
please.
Where would you like to go?
I already said it. 4th floor, please.
You gotta wait. until
Sorry,
it
I
asks. It
couldn't
doesn't-
hear you.
The microphone isn't
No,
on until
Snøfrid.
after it starts.
Don't talk over me when I'm requesting the elevator. 4th floor, please.
Access granted.
"Oh,
All right.
I thought it was gonna say denied again. I was gonna have a cow."
How long is the elevator ride up?
It's not too long, maybe
Okay.
like about a minute.
Pleasant music playing, like smooth jazz.
Yeah,
Kenny G.
you just hear some light harpsichord playing in the background.
I'll just standing there awkwardly.
Just a guy in the corner of an elevator, just like, hey, what's up?
Eventually, though, after that minute, the doors of the elevator opened up, and you see what is the 4th floor, which is entirely different than you may have been expecting. Rather than being full of bookshelves or drawers to house knowledge, the entire floor is forested. The ceiling seems to stretch on forever, appearing to be nothing but sky off in the distance. Plants seem to grow out of the very floorboards that you're standing on, and the sounds of happy birds can be heard in the distance, but not seen. Right outside the door that you just exited is a desk and a chair with a ledger sitting open. No one's behind the desk.
I go to the book. What's inside the book?
I guess we'll have to find out next time.
What? No, what's in the book? What's in the book?
What's in the book?
What's in the book?
What's in the book?
Wow. All right. Great session, everybody.
I hate that. I want to go explore that magical forest.
Why would you do
library.
that to
That
me?
sounded so cool.
Oh, that was.
You gotta wait a whole week.
You gotta wait a whole week, baby.
Mamma mia.
Dirty like that.
There it is.
Does anyone have anything fun to plug?
Mamma mia.
I run a YouTube channel. I make videos on it sometimes. It's my last name, Tintenseher. Check it out. I post things when my laptop isn't broken. like
Post
it is
your
now.
pronunciation in the comments.
Yeah, post. How would you pronounce my last name?
You can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Majora's Rose. Oh god, they're screaming in my other
I heard a pirate. Yeah.
Yar.
we do that mainly there. If you like that, go ahead and drop a follow. Thanks.
If you like that.
We're just gonna
If
leave
you
that.
like obscene background noise.
That's right. We do no cutting in this podcast.
Not a lick of it. Anyone else?
Yeah, sure. I don't have any other projects, so I would just recommend to you, listener, that you can like us on Facebook. We are RP Jesters there. We're RP Jesters on Twitter and Instagram. I don't think you'll have to find competition there. It's pretty straightforward. Please, like our stuff, and if you can, just tell your friends who like D&D podcasts that we are out here and we're doing our best. I think if you can leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts, if that's possible, and give us a thumbs up or tell us what you liked or didn't like. We'd love to hear feedback. That'd be great.
I don't want to hear
We'd
anything
all love to
you
hear
just
some
liked.
feedback.
That was a very
That was so
reasonable and
good.
sensible plug, Seth.
Yeah.
It
Right.
was.
Thank
It was
you.
great. It was gonna
If-
be mine today, but that's fine. You can take
Oh,
it.
dang! I'm so sorry.
No,
Oh.
it's cool. It's cool.
It's okay. We'll cut all of his audio and put you in.
Yeah, as of recording, we don't have a MySpace, but who knows?
We should get a MySpace.
Check us out on the Usenet forums. You can type us into finger.
Bye.